All right, so I do have 20 minutes, so let's get through this, all right? No questions. I'm just kidding. Questions at the end. All right. Hi again, guys. Welcome to my weekly fitness and nutrition series. I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited every time I do it, so thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're new to this, welcome. Kate, you're new to this in a sense, so thanks for being here. Just so you kind of know what I do in this series, I just kind of cover common topics in our world, common misconceptions, maybe confusing ideas or ideologies that you've heard that are like, what? That doesn't make sense. So I'm here to kind of clear the air of stuff and just give you my honest opinion and be as transparent as possible with, research to back up what I talk about. Okay, so but if you ever have any questions, if something doesn't make sense or you like, wait, that's not what I've heard before, then feel free to message me, call me, text me, whatever. I'm more than happy to talk about it. Okay. Hey Zoe, thanks for joining. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Topic of the day: what is strength training? So I'm gonna talk about strength training, the benefits of it, how to do it to your benefit, and what else you can get out of it besides just muscle gains. And that's in quotes because it's not just that, right? So first things first, what is strength training? Strength training is just resistance or weight training with the goal of increasing muscle strength, size, or endurance. So when we talk about muscle strength, we're talking about power. We talk about size, we're talking hypertrophy, which is muscle growth, and then endurance, which is just your stamina, how long you can perform an exercise for or a move, right? Now, like I said earlier, there's many benefits beyond just muscular and aesthetics to it. I'll get into that a little bit later, but it goes beyond just what your muscles look like and how you feel. It goes all the way to the internal with your physiology inside and how your body functions, all the way to your brain and your mental health. Okay, so I'll get into that later, just so we can kind of talk about it a little bit. So, like I mentioned earlier, there's three things with it: strength, hypertrophy, endurance. Strength is basically power lifters, those big, big muscly guys in a sense that just move big weight for maybe 1 or 2 reps, right? So you think like strongman competitions, things like that, where they're just doing enormous amount of weights for just one big rep, right? That's what we talk about when we talk about strength. You're doing 1 to 5 reps in the gym of heavy weight, 80% of what your heaviest weight could be. We get into hypertrophy, which is the growth of muscles, which is kind of what a lot of us can kind of be afraid of when it comes to the gym. So we stay away from weights, right? Because we're like, I don't want to get big and muscly. I get it, but that's not going to happen if you're not doing it correctly or if you don't follow a specific program. Again, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but there's nothing to be afraid of with muscle growth if that's not what you're looking for. If that's what you're looking for, then you're going to have to work towards it. So don't be afraid of it, right? Because it's also the growth of muscle tissue around, if you think about it, your joints, your skeletals, your structure, you still need to be strong in certain areas. And if you're not doing strength training, then they're just weakening. It's not just about size, right? And then the last thing we talk about is endurance in strength training. That's when you get to your higher reps, like 20, 25, 30 reps. Lightweight, you do your volume, that's that more high intensity with very little to probably no weight. That really is just to get you to muscle fatigue with not too much of your maximum weight effort. You don't need to do so much weight because you're doing so much volume, okay? So just a few tips on how that can be beneficial to you when it comes to especially hypertrophy and endurance, because you can do 6 to 12 reps for the hypertrophy range and just do 60% of your heaviest weight. So if you're able to lift 50 pounds on a row, like at your heaviest, then you're going to want to do maybe 25, 30 pounds, 12 reps for 3 sets. That's going to get you to muscle fatigue. And that's all you're really looking for, is a little fatigue in your muscle to trigger growth, to trigger strength, to trigger stamina building and things like that. So you don't need weights to get results. We all know that during the pandemic we've been through a lot of what do I do for a workout if I don't have any weights, right? So you got to get creative. But the benefits of using light weights is very broad. There's limited equipment, so you don't need a lot of space. You can Put stuff under the bed real quick, put it in the closet. You know, you don't need a big old garage with giant racks and big old weights and barbells. There's a lot you can do with minimal equipment. There's a low risk of injury there, right? You're not worried about loading your back with 100 pounds on a squat because you don't have that much weight. So the risk of injury is a lot lower. And you can do more of the reps for better form. It's also good for, like, if you're new to fitness and if you've never done exercising before and you want to get into it, then lightweight is probably the best way to go. Recovering from injury, if you're in rehab, or, you know, if you want to decrease the risk of injury going forward, then we do the lightweight, right? It's also good for our older client population. You know, they need to still be active, they need to still be moving, and so they're not going to put a barbell on their back or deadlift with the hex bar. You know, they're going to use some dumbbells, maybe some bands, maybe just body weight. Body weight is resistance training, right? You're pushing your body weight away from something, so that's resistance training, okay? All this obviously is based on your goals. If you want maximum performance, if you want maximum strength building, then you're going to have to use heavy equipment and get your ass in the gym, right? That's not just going to happen with 20-pound dumbbells at home. Just not, right? But understand your goals and understand what you're working towards, and you'll see results regardless, right? You're going to see improvement in your strength, flexibility, maybe a little bit of lean mass. You might lose a little body fat. That's all we're really looking for, right? Just a little bit of a body recomposition shuffle, right? Body composition shuffle. That's redundant. Anyways, the other thing that I'll advise you is, regardless of how much weight you're pushing or moving, your effort is what really matters, right? If you're in the gym and you have the best equipment and you have everything you need, a trainer, but you're half-assing through the workout, you're not going to get as good a result as someone who's at home in their garage with two 25-pound dumbbells, a band, and a jump rope. But they're putting in the effort because they know if they do, the results are going to happen, right? So I always will recommend putting in effort because that's what's really going to build progress, and you'll see the changes, and that's what will keep you going. This little tag is pissing me off. I've got a shadow. It's weird. Anyways, sorry. So like I said, the harder you work, the better the results, right? One thing I'll touch on real quick, excuse me, is the differences between male and female clients and how they respond to the rep ranges that we just talked about. Now, there is research that suggests, and I will have to side on the side of research and just believe it in general, that women have a higher muscular endurance than men. All that means is that females can probably do more reps at a certain percentage of their max weight than a male, right? So if my 80% is 150-pound squat and I'm done at 10 reps, maybe my female counterpart can do, 130 pounds of, that's her 80%, and do 12 to 15 reps, right? They're just biologically have a higher muscular endurance than men, right? So all we do there is, as a female, you have to understand that you may have to push a little harder. You may have to go a little bit heavier, a little bit more reps than, what it says sometimes, so that you can get to that muscle fatigue. So always shoot for muscle fatigue, right? When your muscles just get tired of squatting, of curling, of pressing, right? Rule of thumb when you get there is the last 2 to 3 reps should be like hard, like difficult, but manageable. You should be able to finish, okay? And then when it comes to weight training, to all my ladies out there, don't be afraid of it. It's not going to get you bulky. That's the number one concern I hear when I take on a female client is, I don't want to get big and bulky. I don't want, to be all muscly. You're not. Like, you have to understand, and if you don't understand, listen up right now. You have to consume an enormous amount of calories per day, so you have to be in a calorie surplus. You have to supplement on top of that with, extra protein powder or creatine, BCAAs, all that stuff. And then you also have to lift heavy repeatedly for weeks, maybe for months at a time, right? You have to continuously do that work, that 4 to 5 to 6 reps of 200-pound deadlift 3 times a week for a month to 2 months. If you're not doing that, you're not gonna get big and bulky. All you're gonna do is strengthen your muscles, strengthen your joints, get leaned out, which is actually that toned look that most women look for, most guys look for, most everybody looks for. Like, everyone wants to just have that look of like, okay, yeah, they take care of their body in a sense, or they're active, they're healthy, right? It's about being strong throughout. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about the benefits. I'm going to try to run through this quickly because my time's running out. So, benefits of strength training. 1, you're going to burn more calories, right? It takes a lot more energy for your body to lift weight than it does to not. To put it simply. Also, what happens is what's called Epoc. You may have heard a trainer mention this. It's called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Basically just afterburn, right? After you're done working out, your body is in a state of repair. It has to come back to a stable condition. All that requires energy. The more you get it away from its stable condition, the more energy it's going to take to come back, the more calories you've burned after your workout. All right, so Epoc, afterburn, that's your calorie burn after your workout. 2, we all know this, it's going to boost your energy and your mood, right? It raises your endorphins, increases your energy, raises your mood. Pretty simple. I don't know anyone who's left the workout pissed off. No? Good. All right. 3, reduces anxiety. All right, they've done research on this. It does affect the most consistent and largest decrease in anxiety when they've done research on patients with anxiety. Right? If they work out 30 minutes a day for 3 to 4 times a week, it's going to bring that down naturally, because endorphins raise your energy, raise your mood. It all ties in. Improve your sleep. When we think about improving sleep, we think, oh, we're going to sleep longer, or we're going to go to sleep earlier. Maybe not. All it's going to do is you're going to wake up less throughout the night, and you may just sleep deeper through the night. You may sleep the same amount of time, but you may get better quality sleep. Okay? That's the difference in there, is the quality of sleep you get at that point. Excuse me. 4th thing, it does actually improve diabetes. It's been proven with strength training and the building of lean muscle mass that it does improve the glycemic control and muscle strength. So while building muscle strength, you're also controlling your sugar levels. It allows the body to learn how to do that better. And also skeletal muscle plays an important role in glucose clearance from the blood vessels. So your muscle structure actually helps your blood vessels push the glucose out, right? So if we have weak muscular structure, that's probably not going to help us if we have diabetes. So strength training is good for that too. It's not just about losing weight or getting in shape. It's about being overall health, right? Deep health. Protect your bone health. You improve your density, your bone density, your structure, your strength. Overall, just bones get stronger by moving heavier weight. I think that's pretty simple. And then last thing, I actually found this out today, which is pretty cool. You lower your colon cancer risk. The Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise journal, they did a research that findings show that 22 to 25% lower risk in those who actually strength train throughout their life. So, yeah, why not? Risk of colon cancer is lower? Hell yeah, I'm down with it. So, all that, strength training is beneficial for you, regardless of your goals, right? Dude, stop drinking water, man. Jeffrey, making all kinds of noise, jeez. It distracted me. So to wrap up, guys, strength training is going to be beneficial for you in more ways than just aesthetics, right? More ways than just looking, oh look, I lift weights. No, it goes beyond. It goes into your physiology, it goes into your biology, it goes into your brain, it goes into your mental health, your emotional health, your physical well-being, right? It all ties in. So if you guys are afraid of strength training, I hope this helps kind of maybe introduce you to, you don't need to necessarily use weights. You can use like bands, resistance bands. Like I mentioned earlier, body weight. That is resistance. That's a form of resistance. All right? Resistance training is going to be 100% beneficial. I know, man. He distracted me too. Threw me off my groove. Jeffrey drinking all that water. Jeez. I've been talking so much, he drank water. All right, you guys. Like I said, I hope today was informative. I hope you learned something new that you can use in your life, whether it's to work out, to learn about working out. If you need my help, just reach out to me. You know where to find me. I'm right here. So you guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support, your encouragement. It's really fun for me to kind of engage and interact with you guys in this way. All I ask, please, like it, follow it, share it, friends and family. The more people I can help, the better. That's all I'm really trying to do here. Because I know all this information gets lost or convoluted, or there's always just someone trying to sell you guys something, right? So I'm not going to do that. I just want to help you guys. And I'm going to leave you again. I'm going to just say, you know, work hard, you guys. Go work hard this week. Go be the best version of yourself. And I'll see you guys next week, okay? Love you. Bye.